why teaching breakdancing to kids is dope. First point, you will remember the joy of breakdancing and learning moves. It's easy as time goes on and you've been practicing for a long time to just sort of maybe be stuck in a rut because you're not at the level that you want to be. And teaching kids is a great way to remember where you came from, how hard you worked to get to where you're at. And when you teach a kid a coffee grinder, a headstand, 6-step, whatever other basic move, they really love it. They really appreciate it. And that happiness is contagious. So that's a very selfish perk, but it's a good perk. And you're making a kid happy. You're making them feel special and unique because they are. There's not very many kids that can do a headstand or a coffee grinder or move like you taught them. At the beginning, the kids are going to be sprawling on the floor, but with a little bit of coaching and finesse, they'll be pretty good. And they definitely know the difference between crawling on the ground and feeling funky. The kids are much smarter than people think. Another reason is they are very easily impressed. So the moves that are simple to you will just blow their mind. Windmill, head spins, backflips, kids just go apey over that. So you will be a very cool dude in their eyes, and it's a very interesting feeling, and it puts kind of your training in perspective. It's easy when you're surrounded by other breakers to not feel special or unique because everyone else in that room can probably do, high level power moves and that sort of thing. So it's very important to remember all the time and effort you put into it and why, right? The kid's going to teach you that it's about having fun, and it's very easy to forget that in the dance. Another reason that I love is they say very funny things. They have interesting comments and they catch me off guard. Probably the hardest I've laughed is with kids. I remember while we were stretching and I was trying to distract kids, I asked them who invented the internet, and some kid blurted out, "Stupid hippies." Just, I don't know where they got it from, but that's just one random quote, and they'll do it almost on a daily basis. Another interesting thing that they do is they come up with really cool moves. So I think it might be a competitive advantage to teach kids, and you can copy their moves or execute the moves that they're trying to do, but they can't do. They are not bound by tradition, and they do not run on autopilot. They are very, very creative. Next, it is community building. Breakdancing relies on community buildings. The online community is very good, but it only takes you so far. There's no replacement for a really good in-person cipher or community that you can rely on, and they can give you feedback, and it'll make you a much better breaker. So start building a community if you don't have one. Use kids. They got a lot of energy. Take that energy. Try and make yourself better. And without community, there will be no breaking. So someone's got to do it. Might as well be you. They also force you to break out of your autopilot dancing. Kids are the best to cipher with. They have low expectations. They really try interesting, weird things, especially as they get better. In the beginning, they kind of suck. That's normal. But as they get better, they got a real interesting way of moving, and you need that, right? You need that creativity. You need to see different stuff, and kids are just the best to cipher with. Try it sometime. If you don't like it, then tell me. But for me, I find it very, very valuable. Another reason, you get to see a lot of growth. So the kids learn very fast. They're very happy when they learn those moves. It's sort of like a gift that you give them when you give a kid a head spin, a windmill, a backflip, a coffee grinder, whatever the simple move is. You make that kid special and unique, especially among their peers, because there's very few kids that can do that. They're very special and unique among adults, and they're going to get positive attention and the right type of attention for doing that. And you get the confidence that you can teach people and you can help people. And you need that too, because community building is not talked about in breaking, and it's a very important aspect, because if we didn't have a good community, you're just not going to go far. It's very hard to reach elite levels dancing in isolation. Maybe someone out there has done it, but it's very hard. Another very cool, interesting reason is they will thank you when they get older. At the time, you may not feel appreciated. Maybe you taught a kid for 2 months, 3 months, didn't think much of it, but I've been approached on the street by someone that looks like a stranger, and it turns out it was an old student of mine. They were 8 years old when I taught them. 10 years later, they're 18, unrecognizable, and they remember me, and they appreciate it, and they're thankful. And it's a very weird feeling, because as a teacher, it's pretty thankless, and you feel like maybe you're forgotten. And to know that, these people think about you and remember you much later on. And if you're not approached on the street, I get calls from old students that want to train again, that they haven't forgotten, and they're very thankful and appreciative. So try it, and you'll have to delay gratification, because you'll get the rewards much later. Lastly, I just want to emphasize it again, community building is fundamental, and it's how breakdancing will get better. So if there is no community, or it's whack, you don't like it, be the change, try it, and you just might be a little surprised who you inspire. So to summarize, teach kids, you're going to have fun, you're going to remember that breakdancing is fun, and they will show you that. They're easily impressed, so you'll be the cool guy. It's good to feel like that every once in a while. Remember that you worked hard. They say funny stuff, and they come up with interesting moves. They break you out of your autopilot habits. And community. Community's fundamental. So get at it, teach some kids, and make it happen. Stop making excuses, make an effort. See ya.